welcome to this week's Varsity Weekly episode. I'm your host, Maya Denise Gaskin, and this episode we have a little bit of everything. From covering Grand Canyon University, club sport rugby, events leading up to the Super Bowl, an inside interview of a member of the Gateway Community College staffing team, and of course, the Sun Devil Report. Now, let's hear from Sabrina on the GCU Club Sport Rugby. Take it away, Sabrina.
Welcome back. I'm Sabrina, and I'm here with Vince and Dom. Vince, this is obviously the first collaboration between GCU and GCU Club.
I'm excited. I can't tell you, this is big. This is big for our show. It's big for the community. It's big for our viewers. I mean, rugby of all things, and it has a huge following. You look around here, there are so many people. It's going to be a great day and a great spring.
Yeah, and so Dom, you are the beat reporter for GCU Club Sports and everything. What does the future of this look like in this collaboration between GCU Club Sports and Varsity Sports?
So I'm super excited to be able to cover GCU Club Sports this semester, and what we have coming up on the horizon is more rugby coverage and as well getting a chance to do more lacrosse as well.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, and we'll be back right after this, guys.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk about Angel Dentistry. It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back, guys, to the Varsity Sports Show. I'm Sabrina Giles here with GCU Rugby head coach, Coach O'Leary. Coach, this is the first game that you guys are going to obviously have against UCLA. What was the message to your guys' team going into this game?
Oh, at this stage, it's just come out, know your job, and do your job. They're a young team. It's no point in getting them too fired up. They'll be overly emotional. So it's just come out and do your job. It's going to be a great game. A fabulous day here at GCU, and tremendously looking forward to it. And I want to thank you guys also. Yeah,
and Coach, obviously, you know, lots of game plans going into this game. What are going to be the main keys to winning this game?
Like anything, you hear it in football all the time. You got to win in a scrimmage, so scrums are going to be huge, and lineouts, unfortunately, and they are very, very tall. So we're going to have our hands full.
Coach, thank you so much. Guys, we'll be right back after this.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Hi guys, I'm back. I'm Sabrina. I'm back here with Jared Tavares from GCU. Obviously, big matchup against UCLA. How are you feeling after this win?
We feel really good. It was a hard-fought 80 minutes, and UCLA is a really good side, and it was a good game on our part.
Yeah, and so obviously, lots of energy from both teams. You guys had to play together. Obviously, we know this is a hard UCLA team to beat. What was the key for your performance and your team's performance to come out with a win today?
We just want to come out with a lot of energy. Obviously, we're kind of underlooked by a lot of teams around the nation. We just want to come out, hit hard, and play our best footy.
Jared, thank you so much, and congratulations on the win tonight. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Vince, Sabrina, and Dominic, for the GCU Rugby Report. We look forward to hearing more from you. The Super Bowl is coming to Arizona, and now we're going to hear from Beatrice about events surrounding the start to the Super Bowl. Take it away, Beatrice.
Welcome, bienvenidos to Varsity Weekly. I'm Beatrice Martinez, and today I will be keeping you guys up to date on all of the events leading up to the Super Bowl. All right, well, first, let me just say I'm so excited that Rihanna's going to be performing in the halftime show. I am a huge fan of Rihanna, so I'm so excited. I've been waiting for some music for a long time now, so I'm hoping at the halftime show we'll get a sneak peek of some of her new music. So let's get to business. So Super Bowl day is February 12th, and it will be taking place at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So here are a list of events leading up to the Super Bowl, and get your notepads ready, get your calendars ready, because there are definitely a lot of events to keep you busy until the big day. So February 4th through the 5th and the 9th through the 11th is the Super Bowl experience. So this will take place at the Phoenix Convention Center in downtown Phoenix. Fans will get a chance to collect autographs from current and former NFL players, so that's really cool. You get to participate in games, youth football clinics, and so much more. You can purchase your tickets on Ticketmaster. Just search Super Bowl Experience and you should see a list of events that will come up. February 6th is opening night. This will take place at Footprint Center, also in downtown Phoenix. It is the first public appearance by the Super Bowl players and coaches, so this is going to be one big night. February 8th is the Super Bowl Gospel Celebration. So this concert will bring together NFL players and award-winning artists together on one stage to celebrate one of the biggest games on earth. And this will take part at Mesa Center for the Arts. February 8th through 12th is the historic Old Town ESPN Main Street Tailgate. So this is basically a 5-day pregame party. So if you're gonna go to this, just make sure you can hang. Make sure you have the Uber app, the Uber app, the Lyft app, all of that stuff. Make sure you're not driving, drinking, and just make sure you're being safe. But there will be games, live entertainment, and a lot of swag, so be ready. And this will be taking place at Old Town Scottsdale. February 9th is NFL Honors. That will take place at the Phoenix Symphony Hall. There's also the 3-night Bud Light Super Bowl Music Fest, which will take place from February 9th through the 12th at Footprint Center, also in downtown Phoenix. February 9th through 12th is an extended Super Bowl experience, so more live entertainment, music, and local band Jimmy Eat World and country music artist Lee Bryce will perform. This will be held at Margaret T. Hans Park in downtown Phoenix. February 10th is the Fan Duel Party featuring live performance by the Killers at Tempe Beach Park. There will also be food trucks and $100,000 in prizes. So bring your A game. Also, February 10th is Jack's Fun House. It's a music festival and carnival, which will be held at Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale. And get ready because the one and only Snoop Dogg will be performing along with Diplo, DJ Diesel, and Miles O'Neal. So be ready to get your dance on. February 11th is the Sports Illustrated Super Bowl Party, and Machine Gun Kelly will be performing along with the Chainsmokers. So they will be performing at Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale. And of course, the big day, the day that we've all been waiting for, February 12th is Super Bowl day, and there will be a Super Bowl watch party at Margaret T. Hans Park in downtown Phoenix. So there's definitely a lot going on to keep you guys busy until the big day. So I hope you guys wrote all of that fun stuff on your calendars. If not, I'm sure you can go on Google and just search all the events that are taking place. Well, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and make sure you stay plugged in for some more great content. Take care.
Thanks, Beatrice. Now handing it over to Sabrina with an inside interview from a member of Gateway Community College baseball coaching
For you is going to be obviously what got you into only coaching, but obviously baseball in general.
Yeah, so baseball in general, my dad played professionally for a couple years. So it was just kind of something that we did together. And then coaching more specifically, like I'm getting to a point now where I am getting a little bit older, but I still really want to stay in the game. So if that's not going to be playing, I want to figure out the best way for me to still be involved in the game and still be around baseball.
Yeah, and so obviously you played, and now you're coaching. Those are two completely different sides of obviously the field. What have you brought in, as a player to your coaching aspect?
So actually, I was thinking about this the other day, but it's like I'm in a really unique position with my coaching side right now because it puts a lot of emphasis on what I do myself playing wise. So if I tell a guy to do a certain move, hitting or throwing, then it's almost like a check-in, like, hey, do I do this move as well as I'm trying to get this guy to do the move? It's almost keeping me accountable for getting better at my own game as well. So it's a really, really unique situation for me, and I've really, really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, and so you kind of touched on it, and we even touched on it a little bit earlier. Not only, assistant coach at Gateway with the Gateway baseball team, you're an independent baseball player as well. You have your own schedule with that. What's that kind of life like as well?
Honestly, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. It's a dream come true, and honestly, it's cool to play the game and get paid to do it. It's again a dream come true. The schedule is honestly it's really tough, but it's a lot of fun. So we play 6 days a week, and Monday or Sunday will usually be our off day. You don't usually get weekends off because that's when people can usually come to your games. But I mean, it's really rewarding. It's a lot of fun, and I want to do it for as long as I possibly can.
Yeah, and so we kind of also talked about it too. You have another hat that you fulfill as well, interning with the Reds coach. How did that whole process come about too? And just what's that experience been like? And how are you applying anything you're taking from that experience to Gateway?
So I originally met him when I was still in college. And I really liked the way he operated. I really liked the way he coached. And so I always reach out to him during the off season to see if we can work together. And this off season, it kind of just so happened where he asked, he's like, hey, do you want to help me out? And then in return, like you can train, do whatever, but just help me out after. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, let's do it. So it's a really cool position where I get to be around a lot of guys I have no business being around in the sense that they're very good at baseball, and they play in the big leagues, and I get to enjoy their company and watch him coach them essentially. And I like it a lot because then I get to take all that information I learned from him back to Gateway and try to communicate in a way that they'll understand. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's honestly been somewhat challenging to get that communication down.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably the best part of coaching, is figuring out different ways to communicate different concepts.
Yeah, and so my final question for you is going to be, obviously, you're meeting all these new guys and everything. They see you as a coach, obviously, because that's what position you are in now. What do you hope to leave on them when they leave that program?
That's funny. I also talked to Chubbs about this today, but I want to show them that it's possible. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. Baseball is the most democratic game in the world. Anybody can be good on any given day. Anybody can be bad on any given day. Anybody can win on any given day. Don't count yourself out. Just because the odds are stacked against you doesn't mean it's impossible. So leaving Gateway, I want these guys to understand, why not you? Like, why can't it be you? Why can't you go to the next level? Why can't you go dominate today? Why can't we go win today? Like, it can be anybody. Why not you?
Well, Josh, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate, you taking a second out of your time. You did just tell me you just got out of training for 2 hours. I really do appreciate you sitting in your car and literally having this conversation.
Yeah, of course. No problem. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Sabrina. Now, let's see what the Sun Devils have been up to with the Sun Devil Report with Eric.
In this special edition of the Sun Devil Report, it's all about the men's basketball team at Arizona State. The stage was set for an epic showdown on Thursday night in the desert. UCLA and ASU for sole possession of first place in the Pac-12, with still plenty of basketball to be played. There was a lot of talk on whether or not Desert Financial Arena would be as electric as advertised on a Thursday night, but the student attendance that night shattered previous records, with the official count at 5,213 students that packed the house, over 1,000 more than previous records. As for the game itself, it did not disappoint, and the game being delayed for about 20 minutes added even more drama and animosity to the atmosphere. The game felt like two heavyweights, both getting ready for a Pac-12 championship run, but the story of the game was defense and turnovers, with the latter being the more back-breaking issue for the Sun Devils. UCLA only had 13 turnovers compared to 18 for ASU, and the real killer was points off those turnovers, with UCLA outpacing ASU in that category 24-9. Warren Washington had 7 rebounds to go along with 3 blocks for the Sun Devils, while Devin Cambridge chipped in defensively as well with 2 blocks of his own. In terms of offense and scoring, Devin's twin brother Desmond Cambridge led the way for ASU with 15 points, while DJ Horn was right behind him with 14. Austin Nunez came off the bench for the Devils and put up 10 points, good for third on the team. But it was Desmond Cambridge who had arguably the play of the night, nailing a half-court shot at the end of the first half to put the Devils up 35-30. And after a great defensive display in the first 20 minutes against the 5th-ranked Bruins, the second half seemed like it was going to stay that way for ASU, but UCLA was not going to give up that easily. The Devils' defense was swarming for a majority of the night, and they gave UCLA everything they had and made them earn all of their points. They held Bruins star player Jaime Jaquez Jr. to just 9 points on 4 of 12 shooting, but he was still able to contribute for his team, grabbing 6 rebounds as well as tallying 5 assists. While Jaquez was struggling from the field, that meant another Bruin, or 2, had to step up and lead the charge to victory. Help came in the form of point guard Tiger Campbell and shooting guard David Singleton, who each had 22 and 21 points each, respectively. Campbell was 7-11 from the field and was also 8 of 9 from the free throw line, while Singleton hit 4 of the Bruins' 6 three-point field goals on the night. The Devils were going toe-to-toe with UCLA all the way until around the 6-minute mark of the second half. But from there, the Bruins showed their poise and kept their composure in a hostile road environment, taking control of the game the rest of the way. After the Devils took a 60-58 lead with just over 6 minutes to play, the Bruins would outscore ASU 16-2 for the remainder of the game, with the Devils not getting a point in the final 3 minutes and 35 seconds of the contest. UCLA would go on to remain undefeated in conference play with a 74-62 win on the road, while handing ASU just its second Pac-12 loss. Overall, UCLA improved to 17-2 on the season, 8-0 in Pac-12 play, while the Sun Devils dropped to 15-4 overall, 6-2 in Pac-12 play. But with well over a month left in the season until the Pac-12 tournament begins, there is still plenty of time for ASU to keep trying to climb to the top of the Pac-12 mountain. After the game, Sun Devils head coach Bobby Hurley talked about those turnovers and how that second half took such a drastic turn there in the end.
Yeah, they turned their level up, and I think they fed off the fact that they were hitting some shots too, and you play teams like this that are been the Final Fours, have those type of guys that have won so many games. They know how to turn it up a little bit, like down the stretch, and I'd have to go back and look at the possessions. But there were some times that we missed guys that we should have made one more pass or a different type of pass, and it wasn't made. And against a defense like that, if there is an opening and someone is open, you better be able to find it, because they cover the court very well, and their bigs move very well, and they're a very good defensive team.
This game truly was a great spectacle to see, especially for a program that hasn't seen an NCAA tournament appearance in the last 4 years, as they look to make it back to the big dance for the first time since 2019. Although they didn't win, the Sun Devils proved that they can square off with a championship contender such as UCLA, thanks to their tenacious defensive style of play. Well, that's going to do it here. Thank you for tuning into this special edition of the Sun Devil Report. I'm Eric Castellan, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Unfortunately, this is the end of this week's show. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Varsity Show for insight on all sports in Arizona. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's Varsity Weekly. I'm your host, Maya Denise Gaskin. Until next time, Arizona.